King Charles is reportedly in denial about his packed schedule amid cancer treatments. Plans for his Oceania trip with Queen Camilla are apparently changing left and right. With King Charles back in the public eye at big events like this year's D-Day anniversary and his recent hosting of the Japanese royal family, it would appear that he's back in the swing of things, even as he continues his cancer treatments. However, insiders say that he's in denial about how much he can take on as he recovers, something that his wife, Queen Camilla, has lovingly pointed out, as well. According to the Daily Beast, the King and Queen's upcoming royal tour of Oceania, which is scheduled for October, could be undergoing some major changes. While Buckingham Palace hasn't confirmed the amended schedule, insiders say that the New Zealand and Fiji legs of the tour may be cancelled. Originally, the plan was to have the King and Queen visit Australia, Samoa, Fiji, and New Zealand. The Prime Minister of New Zealand came close to conceding the truth of the worst-kept secret in diplomacy when he said this weekend that Charles had an open invitation to visit the country, Tom Sykes explained, adding that a source shared that if the royal visit is cancelled, New Zealanders will be typically reasonable about it. Another detail that will have eagle-eyed royal insiders talking is Clive Alderton's presence down under. He's Charles' personal secretary and has been spotted in Australia recently, but not in New Zealand. Sykes notes that he's preparing the ground for his boss forthcoming visit to that country, expected to take place in mid-October this year. The absence of an Alderton sighting in New Zealand, however, has served as yet more evidence that Charles has now all but cancelled his tour of that country, which was to be bolted onto the Australia trip. A proposed trip to Fiji has also, reportedly, been shelved. The Mirror also shared the news, reporting that, if true, it would be a bitter disappointment on both sides. But, seeing as how Charles seems to be taking things day by day, Sykes adds that things can, and probably will, change. The palace's unwillingness to rush out an announcement is entirely understandable, given that they still hope Charles will be able to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government (CHOGM) conference in Samoa, despite his ongoing cancer fight, he said. Another insider seconded the sentiment, saying, Charles is optimistic and desperately wants to keep going with everything. Missing New Zealand is a great loss, and it will be a source of great regret for him. Because, to be honest, he probably won't be doing it again. But it's frankly incredible that he is still doing Australia, and that should be celebrated. The trip to Oceania will be Charles' first royal tour since announcing that he was diagnosed with cancer. He shared the news on February 5. The same day that he began treatment, according to Marie Claire, though he has travelled abroad for a quick trip to France. The October trip will mark his longest time away from the UK if everything goes to plan. The royal tour will span 6 days and include 2 days of rest. Australia is such an important part of the Commonwealth that Charles feels it is absolutely non-negotiable, a source told the Mirror. There is considerable popular antipathy to the entire concept of the British monarch being head of state there, and, of course, he doesn't want to go down as the man who lost Australia. To go there when he is being treated for cancer wasn't what he planned, but you could hardly think of a better way of letting Australians know how important they are to the Crown.